Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Wednesday, April 10th, and welcome to another new episode of Style by Stevie. Today, I am feeling green. It is springtime, and we know that spring is rejuvenating with so many flowers blooming, the birds are chirping, the bees are in the air. So many beautiful things bloom in the springtime. Today's special guest, she is a breath of fresh air, and we did our show back in 2021 around the pandemic, but I'm excited to catch up with her today so that we can see what she's been up to since her move to the US. She's here in the US and she's here in the dollhouse today. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me in welcoming the beautiful Mel's Safe Space. And I apologize about my tardiness. I had to upload the outfit of the day, and I had to upload it to the stories, then I had to upload it to the talk show page. So if you're on FB, check out Style by Stevie Daytime and also subscribe to our channel. Let's get into this convo today. Hello.
Correction, I'm not in the US yet.
Good, you're good. We can see you and we can hear you now. Welcome, welcome all. If you're here, we are here with Mel's Safe Space. And I had to get her on the show this season, you guys. So I'm excited. We're going to be talking about her company, Mel's Safe Space. You know her from Mel's Desserts, but we are going to be dishing on Mel's Safe Space. She's been doing a lot with mental health awareness, and we're going to be talking about that as well too. As I introduced you in the beginning of the show, I said that it is springtime. The flowers are blooming, the birds are chirping,
It's still
the bees
cold.
are out, pollinating everything. It's beautiful. Springtime is beautiful, which hence why I wore green today. Yesterday I did blue. But it's amazing, and I know that sometimes it can be depressing for some people as well too. So we're going to talk with Mel on ways that you can cope with depression during the springtime, because not just during rainy days, it can affect you any season, and we're going to touch on that. But before we touch on that, how is it you're transitioning over from the UK to now the US?
I haven't done
What is that
it
process
yet.
like? Because
I'm in the process.
yes. So what is it like? How's it coming along?
At the moment, it's financially struggles, but I know it will come. I did a month last summer just to get a vibe and a feel, and I need to come back. I need to make this happen.
Yes,
I
you
don't know
love it down
how,
here.
but it will happen. It will. I'm trying to make connections, and find. I need to find an investor, but at the end of the day, I know God will provide the right people and the right sources and the right place where I need to be. But it will come. It will definitely 1,000%. I'm
Absolutely.
working
And you
hard,
said it best.
you know. But yeah, yeah.
On
It's
God's
coming.
timing,
It's
like you
coming
said.
along. I just need to keep going and keep remembering my reason why my focus at the end of the day.
And you are, and you've been posting pictures of you down here in the US. So what was it like to get a taste of the US? Because I'm in the US, you're in the UK, and your company is based in the
Yeah.
UK. So what was it like just experiencing it down here in the US for you and your daughter,
It
Lily?
it was just, you know what, for us it was just so inspiring. It was just so nice to to get a taste and a feel of what life could be. Everyone was so friendly and everyone was like, oh my gosh, Chicago's scary. No, it's not. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful, and I call it home. When I'm there, my soul's home, and I feel like I belong there. But to taste the food's just amazing. All the baked goods. I met some amazing people. I follow some amazing people like from scratch. Jeremy, he actually cooked for me and my daughter Lily. Um, Another company, Triple. What's her name? Shalise? Can't remember her name, but I know she's under our Black content group. Can't remember her name. Shalise. Is it Triple? Triple Essentials. She does like body butter and all that.
Triple Essentials, yes.
Yeah. She's from Chicago, so I ordered some bits from her. Hey everyone. I also connected with a church out there too, so I've got a church home there, Christian of Baptist Church, and I was on the west side of Chicago. But yeah, it was amazing. It was just like proper community spirit, which we don't have here at home in the UK. But yeah, I loved Chicago. Can't wait to go back. Absolutely.
So it was different tasting the food and experiencing down here in Chicago. And I'm glad that you linked up with Triple Essentials with her being from Chicago originally. And
Yeah.
just a whole different world. How's it different for you down here than the UK? Because I know in the UK you have to take so many of these. I've seen the big, huge buses, red buses thing. So how is it different from the UK with the whole different experience down here?
And the travel links was cool because I got on the bus when I was in Chicago because I don't drive. So it was similar, same. Just that obviously it's just a different vibe because obviously your buses are like lower deck. We've got the big double deck buses over here. And yeah, the travel system is pretty much like the same. The only thing is for me was like the community spirit. We don't have much community spirit, like the giveaways of backpacks for schools in the summer vacay. We don't have that here. Yeah, we don't have that. And it was just the giving, the love. Everyone wanted to give. I had two, so where I was staying,
and the USA is that Southern
there was two local churches.
Yeah.
Their community cookout days, and the first I thought it was like one church connected, but it was actually two separate churches. And the first one said, "Oh, come over. We've got like we're giving away backpacks and we're giving away school supplies." We don't have that here. Literally, we don't have that here, and it's like it was so nice just to be a part of that. Lily came home with all this school stuff ready for like the next year and stuff, and it was so cool. But yeah, like I said, again, it's a community spirit, getting out and about, pretty much like London, easy. I didn't do the CTA. I did the CTA buses, but not the trains, because everything was just so local. But when we come back, definitely we're getting on the train. Yeah.
Completely
but we did
different experience.
Chick-fil-A, because we don't have that here. We did Popeyes. We've got Popeyes, but it's so expensive over here. And it's not the same. Not the same. But yeah, we do like Chick-fil-A. We had, and the variety you guys have, oh my gosh, there's just so much food variety which we don't have here. Like we randomly just went to McDonald's, and I don't eat like fast food here. I eat it when I go to America because there's so much variety. And I didn't know I could order a hazelnut latte. I was like, what's this? This is not on the menu. But yeah, it was so cool to try different things, different bakeries I found as well. It's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. All the different types of cake. So that I know my cakes will be a #1 bestseller because they don't have like a standard Victoria sponge. It's like, what's that? And it's like, what do you mean? What's a Victoria sponge? Or a Bakewell tart. So I know I can bring like the British flavour and flavours and flair to the US. So that's another option as well.
And you've mentioned bake because she sent me some lollipops and they were delicious. Me and my mom enjoyed them. Mel makes her own candies. She makes her own desserts. Now, you said community. You've mentioned community, so we're going to segue into your company, Mel Safe Space. I love what you've been doing. It is the
Thank
springtime.
you.
So tell us how Mel's Safe Space is doing because you have been helping and impacting people's lives, including mine. And I've told you that. I say you're like a breath of fresh air that
Oh,
we needed in such dark times because there are days when I'm not sure I want to get up and do this platform, but just seeing you and hearing your voice is reassuring that there is faith, there is light in these dark times that we're having. So, how is Mel Safe Space helping so many people, and what have been some of the responses that you've gotten? And with just that taste of coming out here in Chicago, what was it like being able to spread your brand just in that time to help people and say, hey, this is what I do? How has it impacted people? What have been some of the responses you've got?
I have got so much response from just, and it's just the littlest things that I do, just like breathing techniques, because I'm also a meditation teacher. Just sharing words of wisdom, sharing my affirmation jar, stuff like this, what I do, you know, it's just naturally me. I don't actually see, I don't actually feel I'm doing anything. I'm just sharing what I do for myself. So when I say like use your affirmations, like this evening I said to
Mm,
my friend, she said she was gonna say her affirmations twice a day. And I said, no, get out of that habit. You say your affirmations in the moment, right now. If you're
I
feeling
do it every
crap,
morning.
yeah, but don't wait for the morning or the night. Say them throughout the day. How important it is just to keep reminding yourself throughout the day. There's been times when I haven't want, like you, didn't want to get out of bed, can't face the day. I've just started a new job. I've I've been working for a homeless shelter for the past month. Um, and there's like today I haven't slept, and I have to
She
know
has
to
it.
be kind.
We talked before the interview. She has it.
Yeah, I've had 3 hours sleep. So I had a cat nap before coming on, but I didn't sleep. You know, when you just have to close your eyes and just like rest. But yeah, it's just knowing to take care of yourself in the moment and to love yourself and to just breathe and just to know that God's got you. If you're faithful or spiritual person,
Yeah.
just know that the higher power, your God, doesn't matter who your God is, as long as you believe in a God. This is for everyone. um you just make sure that you're on a spiritual path with God, um, knowing that God's going to come and not rescue you, but be there for you. You know, whatever you're going through life, through your day, through that moment, say your affirmation, say a prayer, just say, "Hey God, I'm here and I'm really struggling." Just have a simple little conversation with God.
Yeah.
Say your affirmations, even if it's scripture. I've even said to my friend this evening, even if it's scripture, I no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Come on.
um Lord, you're the light of my path. Something as simple as that, you know. I've got on my phone, look, I'll show you if I can. I have so many affirmations, and I've said affirmations to repeat every day. I don't know if you can see it, but I have reels and reels and reels of affirmations on my phone. I've got thousands that I just keep repeating. So things like I am, I am blessed. I am ready to move on. I am always safe, divinely guided and protected. I feel abundant. I am abundant. I manifest abundance. Um, I will not drown as God. I will not drown as long as God is with me. The anchor does not excuse the storm. Things like that. Affirmations could be anything, you know. And
And
also
one of mine
being out,
is, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you
it's
off.
all right. And also, you see, like you said about spring, be out in
Yes,
nature. Just get out, go for like a 5-10 minute walk, just to breathe. If your if your environment's like and not a good space to be in, just get out into the fresh air. Go to the park. Just go out, and you don't know who you're gonna meet. You don't know who you'll see. You might see you might see it like a long time friend or a neighbor you haven't seen in a long time. You might find someone new. You don't know who you got when you go out. I mean, for me, when I was in Chicago, I found a church that wasn't even on my radar.
see,
I've I found another set of people that I can connect with. I met a guy out there too, and I wasn't even expecting that. You know, I've always said that my husband's in Chicago. So yeah, you never know. You never know who you're gonna meet when you step out that front door. You know.
and I'm glad you said that, Mel, because being in the house sometimes, if you're staring at those walls, you can go insane.
Mhm.
So get out. And I was reading this article on Healthline, and it says everything that she's saying, which Mel's Safe Space has been great because you've taught people how to meditate. And meditating is on there. It says also journaling, art. A lot of people are doing these outside outdoor art events, which I think is genius, where people are tapping into painting and artwork and so many things, and they're involving their families as well. Springtime is a beautiful time because for me it's like
Mhm.
it's like an awakening. It's like a reawakening. During the winter time, the flower buds were closed. Now everything is blooming, it's in color, it's full, it's beautiful. And that can also help with mental health as well too. Also,
Yeah.
make sure that you are doing something physical. It goes back to meditation, exercise. It can help with depression. I know my mom used to go swimming, exercising in an air conditioned facility because we're going to be heading into the summer months. It's going to be very hot.
Yeah.
Um, Early morning and evening workouts as well too. So those are things that you can do that can be beneficial to helping you with the spring season depression of being closed inside the house, because just staring at the walls, you're going to go drive yourself crazy.
You're
So
going.
get out and
Yeah.
do something. Get active.
I have been on a weight loss journey for this past year, and everything you said is true. I was a size UK 22, and now I'm down to a size 12. Don't ask how I did it. I had to, for my mental health sake. I kept getting sinusitis. So 2022, when Lily's dad passed away, I had sinusitis in a very short space of time, every other month, and it wouldn't go. And the beginning of the beginning of last year, I had it from January to April, and then I developed an anxiety cough, and all these other things started happening, and I felt fine, literally. I knew it wasn't COVID, I knew it wasn't flu, I knew it wasn't anything bad.
Right.
um I just knew it was anxiety, and anxiety was attacking my immune system. So I had to change my diet. I changed, so I'm always quite healthy anyway, but I could have done more. So I cut out dairy products, I cut out sugar, I boosted more vegetables, more water, more fruit, and I started to walk. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to lose a bit of weight. I feel good, feeling good about myself. And I would probably say when I got back from Chicago last year, um, that's when I thought I'm gonna, because I was walking so much. It's just, I love walking in America. I feel no way. I get out. I don't know who I'm gonna meet. I'm looking for my husband. So I literally was just walking. Me and Lily walked, like we walked 2 or 3 blocks at a time, took our time, and then we walked further. Obviously the dangerous parts was like, we'll get the bus from here, kind of thing. I was always mindful of where I was walking and things, but I said to her, when I get back, I'm keeping up this routine of walking. So when I got back and I started to walk, I was walking further, and again, weight loss. My legs were getting smaller, and my face was getting slimmer. Now I'm seeing people, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at your face!" And I'm like, "Oh, it's alright." "Oh my gosh, you're looking so slim." I say, "Yeah, I'm just literally taken. I haven't even taken stuff out. I've just eaten less crap. You I'm a foodie. I'm a foodie. I love my food. I love to eat. Yeah, but I've just done the opposite, and I've I've removed the crap and then put in place the healthier options. You and just looking after myself. Like I'm started exercise like 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night of stretching and exercises. What you said, you know.
And I'm so glad you said that, because that also says that I was reading this article in Healthline, and it also says everything you're just saying about uh, reaching out to loved ones, meditation, and journaling. And another thing it also says is eating a balanced diet. It says lack of appetite is pretty common. When you are depressed, you don't want to eat, you don't want to do nothing but just lay up and curl up in the bed and just not be bothered with the world. And it says you may not feel like eating, but not getting the right nutrients can leave you irritable, like cranky. I know when you don't eat, you get very irritable, you get very
Mm-hmm.
cranky, not to mention affect concentration and productivity. You feel like you don't want to tackle anything throughout the day. And here she is. Mel is here because we chatted before the interview. I messaged her. I said, "Hey, girl, are you ready for today's show?" And she says, "I didn't get any sleep," and she did not. So it's the power of God that she is still here and she's still going. And I'm kind of the same way too. It's like I don't want to go to sleep. I have so much energy, so many things I want to do, I want to create. I have so much juice inside of me, but you have to make sure that you are taking care of your body. And
Mm-hmm.
she is the prime example of that, as well as myself. And I have to take breaks, because I think Mel, when we did our first talk, we did a girl talk panel, and Mel was on the girl talk panel, and it was all 4 women, and we talked about mental health and protecting yourselves and making sure that you are protecting your well-being and staying healthy. And one of the things that I've learned, because the women on the panel, they kind of got on me. Mel was one of those women, and she got on me and she said, "You got to take care of yourself, girl." And ever since I've started taking care of myself, as well as my fraternal Island Yankee, I see him in the comments. He says you got to take breaks for yourself, and that's what I've been doing. I've been taking a lot of breaks. Like, I know I have a day off tomorrow. I was supposed to have a show tomorrow, but that is a day off for me to just rejuvenate and recuperate, and not just sit around, but I get my juices flowing. I'm always writing, always producing another episode, at reaching out to guests, trying to get them to come on, and different things like that. So you got to find something that works for you, but stay active. Do not sit still, but
Mm.
also reach for nourishing, depression relieving, depression relieving foods. And it says also drink water. Drink plenty of water, which is what Mel just said. Water is healthy, H2O. And we need it in our systems, in our body as well, too, to flush out those toxins.
Mm-hmm. I literally had sinusitis. I had tendonitis.
Me
I
too, girl.
had all these things going on, hun. I had all these things. See, now this was my bad hand. I don't know if you remember when I did my Mel Safe Space sit on the couch with Mel, and I was
Yes.
wearing my strap. See, no
And
strap.
Lily was sitting right there. You had the strap, and your
Yeah,
daughter was sitting
yeah,
right there
yeah.
beside you. I
I see
remember.
now.
Yep.
Look, I can move my hand. I can move my
But
hand.
God.
There's see, and I've it's the beetroot, it's the ginger, It's the honey, the lemon, the turmeric, the black pepper. I tell you, all these things you have to put. You have to keep, as I've learned years ago. And if I listen to myself or listen to what I was reading a long time ago, I wouldn't have had it. Your body is a temple. Treat your body as the temple. And I'm sure it's in the Bible as well. I don't know whereabouts. But your body is a temple, so treat it as such.
Yes.
What we put into our bodies, it will flourish. You're giving the nutrients and nourishment back, what we burn from every day. So we have to put it back into our bodies, So use the anti-inflammatory, find foods that don't feed anxiety, that don't feed, like sugar. Sugar is the main source of everything: diabetes, mucus buildup, anxiety, inflammation, depression, because we're feeding into it. Stop feeding into it. The more we feed into it, the more we're giving into our bodies, and then we end up being on this vicious cycle, and then we can't come out the hamster wheel. We're stuck. We're stuck, literally.
And not only that, but caffeine itself. And I know a lot of us need it to help us. They say, everyone says, I need a boost. I need a boost of something to get me up in the morning. Yes, I need a boost. And then they got the 5-hour energy. They got the coffee. It'll have you bouncing off the wall, like literally going postal, like I got to have it. I got to have it. But there are so many natural juices out here that you can drink that will give you that same thing, that are not as harsh as the caffeine. Because I know in a cup of Starbucks, even though it's good, it's a guilty pleasure. I haven't really had a cup of Starbucks, but I indulge a little bit in the McDonald's frappes. Those are my guilty pleasures. But it's different things with the caramel on top. Those are my favorites. So I realized, I'm like, my God, so much sugar, but just a little pick me up through the day. Every once in a while, every blue moon, I'll do it. But I try to do things naturally, like juices. I like a lot of juices, like apple juice, different things like that, where it doesn't really have a whole sweet taste to it, but it's just what I need to get me going through the day. Just a little boost. And I know everybody's like, when they get up in the morning, they go to work, they got to have their cup of morning Joe. And if you put a lot of sugar in those things, it will have you bouncing all over everywhere. And you're just like, where did all this energy come from?
Yeah, that was me this morning. I'm not gonna lie. I've had 3 hours sleep. I needed the coffee. I needed that extra ping, ping, ping bouncing off the walls. But it did serve its purpose. But then when you have your coffee with all that sugar, you crash. Because I crashed. This afternoon I felt like crap. I can't lie. I just wanted to go home and curl up and sleep. That's all I could explain it as. I felt horrid. And I still had to deal with work. I had to help this guy with his case. So I felt like crap. I was getting, not ignorant, but I was getting frustrated with the person on the phone helping this gentleman. And I was like, I just want to eat. I just want to go home. Is it 2:30 yet? I can't deal. But because I had 2 cups of coffee by then and all the sugar, thinking I'm doing myself good, when in truth I wasn't. In the moment I felt good because I felt like, yeah, I'm on it, I'm getting all this stuff done.
Yeah.
But
and then when it wears off, it's just like, okay.
Down, yeah. When you want the come down, what's happening? I'm grumpy, I'm worse off. I'm irritable. And that means I said, okay, so I started to drink the water, but obviously my body didn't want water. My body wanted more caffeine. It needed more sugar. So what do I go?
It's like a child. When you give a child candy, they want more.
Yeah. And then what happens? I go for the cookies because cookies have got sugar in it. That's not what I needed. I needed an apple, I needed a smoothie, or I needed a juice.
Yeah.
But It's all good. I got through the day. I'm done.
Listen, sometimes we got to do what we got to do in that moment when
Now
we're trying to get up and
I'm
we can
drinking
see
green
that.
tea.
Yes, that's healthy too. And you said sinusitis. I have sinuses too. My allergies are really, really bad. I know I'm definitely allergic to certain things. And the pollen out here in the South, if you're in the South, the pollen count is real low. It's everywhere. So the bees are pollinating the flowers. You wake up and you see this yellow dust all over the car, everywhere. Pollen is everywhere. And the
Oh,
grass and the weeds. And it's just like, oh my God, the flowers are so beautiful. I love flowers. I can have flowers. But that pollen is the worst. That grass is the
yeah.
worst. That mildew is the worst. All of these things out here can affect your sinuses. So it's imperative that you drink green tea and lots of water.
Mm-hmm.
Cleanse, and just like how we have to detox our bodies, we have to detox our nose, our
Yeah.
system right here as well, because that sinus compression will be all up in here,
Yeah.
forehead and all. It is the
Because
worst.
you know when your sinusitis flares up, does your teeth hurt?
Yes, and right here too. It affects everywhere. It puts a lot of facial pressure.
Yeah. I had that. I had that. My individual teeth was just like, why is my? It's not even the gums. It's my teeth. Why are my teeth hurting? I. It was like it was the worst pain I've ever experienced. And I thought,
Unbearable.
no, this. I had to find things like the Japanese cabbage, kim kimchi. I had to be eating that, making my own and eating that. Um, I'm on the kefir yogurts to settle my gut and everything. Oh, it was all these things that we don't know that are actually naturally good for us. There's so much foods out there. Research, Google, everything. Even chickpeas, anything
Oh
that's
yeah.
good for the gut. Avocado, anything that's good for the gut. Beetroot, avocado, ginger, all these things we should be eating more of in good quantities, not little and often, I should say. Because avocado, too much avocado is not good for the gut apparently. But I'm addicted.
And that is key. That is imperative. Make sure that you are intaking lots of fruits, lots of vegetables as well too. And I've seen this woman on YouTube she's called the Yellow Hood Garden or the Yellow Garden Homestead, one of these two on YouTube, and she plants her own vegetables, her own fruits in her backyard. And she could definitely open her own farm. And she does it right in her home. Her children, we've seen them. She got her children involved, bringing vegetables in. Like she had them all spread out on the counter. I'm just like, wow. So you can produce your own stuff right there from home. Grow your own stuff from your own garden, the
And
natural
you
way.
know what?
Yeah.
I was growing cucumbers last year. OMG. The best cucumbers I've ever eaten. Cucumbers,
Versus
bell
being and going to the
peppers.
supermarket. Yes.
Yeah, don't be going to the supermarket. Grow your own. I was it not last year, year before. We had bell peppers. We had tomato. No, last year we had tomatoes. I grow. I try and I'm experimenting. I'm actually now growing an avocado tree in my bedroom.
See?
It's
And that's another
as
thing that can help too. Indoor planting. That's a thing that is very therapeutic. And
I
I've
need to
seen so many.
move my avocado plant because she's taken over my room, my tree rather. She's not bushy anymore. I've had to chop. I've taken all her leaves down so she looks like she's bare. But I know when I put her outside, I'm waiting for the weather to warm up a bit before I put her back outside because she needs to go back outside. Her name's Ava, but she is trying to take over my room and I'm not allowing it because it's just me and her.
Oh
But
my
you have
goodness.
to try. And I've been growing Ava from the seed. So she was just an avocado seed what I had and I've grown her. You know. It's not hard.
at all, to grow your own vegetables, to grow your own. I've seen so many people, YouTube videos and all, where they are doing Yellow Door Urban Homestead is her name, and she
Okay.
grows her own vegetables. She grows her own fruits, all from her backyard, and it's
Wow.
amazing how she's able to do this right there
And
in her
I
backyard.
have a strawberry plant as well, which produces strawberries each year. Yeah.
My mom, she loves strawberries. They are full of antioxidants, which is great, and that's essential to what we need. I know a lot of people are into wanting to make sure that their skin is right.
Mhm.
That is something that we need. And that's imperative. It also helps, but make sure that you're not allergic with it. Check with your
Yes,
physician first. Make sure that you're not
true.
allergic to
Because
anything.
they have hives, isn't it? Hives or something, I
Yes,
think. Yeah.
break out in hives.
Yeah, yeah. I know, like my daughter Lily, she loves blueberries, strawberries. Um, she used to like is it the blackberries as well when she was younger, but she doesn't like them no more. But yeah, she's really into her. She calls blueberries her popcorn because she just pops them in her mouth. Yeah, but you have to
And
know,
they,
like, you have to really know what each each berry, even though they are antioxidants, but each berry
yes.
they have their own unique thing. So I know blueberries is good for skin, and strawberries is good for the heart. Um, like tomatoes, all the red fruits and
Oh,
vegetables are
yes.
good for the heart.
Pomegranate. Hmm.
Pomegranates as well, all that is good for the blood and the heart. So people just basically need to do research and figure out stuff for themselves, and what they're allergic to and what they're not allergic to. And at the moment, as I've always said, it's not about, oh, I don't like this fruit and I don't like that fruit. You have to eat it because you know it's good for you. You know, you have to find the fruit and veggies that you like. Not only that you like, because I don't even like avocado. I don't even like beetroot, but I'm having to drink beetroot juice because I know without it I can't do this to my hand, and it was trying
Yep.
to fit my left hand, and I said, oh hell no, I need my hands. You know, I need to keep as useful as I am. I don't want to be wearing no wristband thing or strap on my hand. I'm not. I keep telling people I'm 29 because if I told people my real age, they won't believe me. They
Come
don't
on.
believe me. So I say
And that's another thing,
I'm
preserving.
29.
Come on, 29. Let them know, girl.
I'm saying I'm 29. It's my big 40 29 in June. So
All right. And for a lot of people out here, you don't have to worry about spending so much in the grocery store. I've seen people preserve their vegetables and things at home. And that's another thing that she does on her channel. She does a lot of preserving. She was separating tomato seeds and she was doing them in each individual plant carton. So these are things that you can do that can be beneficial and also therapeutic to you as well too. So Mel says she's not gonna tell her age. I've told mine. So what we both and
I
we
did
both
say my
29 today.
age, Miss Stevie. I did say my age. I said the big 40.
Yes, she said 440, and we gonna go with 29. We gonna be 29 forever. I'm in my 30s, but we gonna be 29 forever.
I'm
And that's
29 at
because we
heart.
take care of our health. Yes. Oh, cabbages. Another thing, leafy green vegetables. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
that you are taking in leafy green vegetables as well too. So cabbage, mom, I used to hate Brussels sprouts. Anything that my mom used to feed me as a baby, but now as in my adult years, I appreciate these fruits and these vegetables. So cabbage is something that you can also take in as well too. Lettuce. My mom bought two salads in. She went to the grocery store and she bought two salads in, and what she does is she does her own little thing with the eggs. She'll add different things to it. But healthy alternatives, I'm telling you, that's the
Yeah.
way to go for this spring. Healthier mindset.
Can I ask, why is everything in America so big? Like your milk cartons is huge. That
Yes.
we don't have that here. huge, and everything lasts so much longer.
It's a store called down here, and I'm pretty sure you've been to it in Chicago, called Sam's Club, and you can get everything huge. Like I
Yeah.
remember looking at this big box. The box was this long, longer than my arms, of Twinkies. So people are going out here and buying these things in bulk size. And as far as candy, the Hershey's chocolate bars, they're even bigger. They're not this size anymore. They're even bigger than that. So I said, my God, who's going to eat all that chocolate? And then we got to worry about going to the dentist, all of these cavities and things. I know my mom, she loves the Hershey's Symphony bar. That
Oh
is her
wow.
guilty pleasure. She bought one in the house yesterday. I can't have it. Acid reflux, that's another thing.
Uh,
Acid reflux and sinusitis is the worst for me this time of
Oh,
year. But I
oh,
said,
bless
I
you.
am, yes. So I try to stay away from things like chocolate. What else do I try to stay away from? Anything that's spicy. Because in my 20s, I could eat spicy food, but now I'm just like, you got to do something healthier. You can't keep doing those things. Anything that's like fruity or tang, I definitely can eat, but anything spicy, I can't.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to really know what your body is trying to tell you and listen to your body. So important. Like I remember when I can't digest a lot of carbs now, like potatoes and rice. So again,
Start.
having to
Yes.
yes, the starch. So again, having to find alternatives. So instead of me eating rice, I eat couscous, bulgur wheat, quinoa, or the wild rice,
Love
or
wild rice.
potato. I love potatoes. French fries. Oh, roast
I had some today,
potatoes.
girl.
Mashed potatoes. So again, I have to eat these things in moderation, but then knowing my limit. I can't eat like a big portion anymore. Knowing my limit. I don't eat rice at all. Only like wild rice or another grain, but really, and I don't. I've gone back on potato, and then even like some meats. Like I said, I'm a foodie. I used to love lamb. I can't eat lamb no more. And then I was thinking, can I eat oxtail because that's my favorite? That's as a Jamaican, that's what I was growing up on. I need my oxtails and my curry goat. But yeah, now that again in small doses or in little bit every now and again, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like listening to your body and knowing what you can eat and not eat. All these things are important, and it's really important.
And it's gonna be temptation. I'm telling you, Mel. Like when my mom bought that chocolate bar in the house, I said, "Oh, I can't have this." She even bought the little. I don't know if you guys remember the Whopper candies that used to come in the beige carton. She bought some of those. I said, "That's chocolate too. I can't have that." And I was so tempted, but I had to resist that urge. And I went and I got some oatmeal cookies. And I said, "I can have this, but I can't have chocolate." So again, Mel is a lion. You have to listen to your body. When your body says, nope, you can't eat this. And then when you do eat it, you suffer the consequences
You
because your body
suffer
said
those
no.
consequences. I remember last year. So this time last year, I'm a tea drinker, as my grandma says. You're British through and through. Yeah, you love your tea too much. Can't help it. I'm English. English people love their tea. Yeah. So my grandma would always take the mickey out of me and my cousin, say that we love our tea. So I've always had tea with cow's milk. So when I had sinusitis last year, I come off cow's milk and I just had the black tea. But I was feeling better. So I thought, oh, a little bit of milk won't hurt. Hurt! I vomited. I vomited. I vomited. I had phlegm that was stuck in my throat, which wouldn't
Ooh,
budge.
yeah, and that's the worst.
That's
The
the
sinus is
worst.
draining.
Yeah. And I had this drip in the back of my nose. Like I could feel whatever that nastiness was dripping. And I thought, no, 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 no. I need I need to find something, an alternative milk, and I haven't gone back. Oat milk, almond milk, any form of milk but cow's milk. And even still, when I didn't start dieting straight away, but I noticed I was losing weight on my stomach after a couple of weeks from just having oat milk. I was like, look at that. And then I thought, okay, I'm onto something here. Let me keep this up. And then I started walking, and then I'm a size 12. I'm
See, that's what
just like,
God.
yeah,
And you said oatmeal. So
oatmeal.
that's another healthy alternative too. I remember I was in the grocery store with my mom and I picked up some oatmeal. And she said, "You want to go back to eating oatmeal?" Because before it was cereal. I would eat cereal in the morning. But I said, there's nothing better than
Nothing
a
wrong with
warm
it.
bowl of oatmeal, the classic traditional kind. It helps your heart also too. So
Hmm.
we talk about longevity and having a long, healthy life. Oatmeal is the way to do it. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Oatmeal, yeah. Everything, everything. And oat is good for eczema as well. If you, it's good for your eczema. Because I
Yes.
had eczema. Well, I detoxed off my eczema, but I had eczema. Must Lily, well 9. Lily is 10 this year, so yeah, 10 years ago I had eczema. Yeah. See, I'm showing my age. Sorry,
No,
I have a
girl.
10-year-old almost. Yeah.
And
So
I,
it
go ahead. I'm sorry.
um.
We'll cut you off.
So yeah, but knowing your body is just so important.
Yes.
Knowing what you can, like again, like I keep saying, knowing your body, listening to your body, noticing the signs, even like trying a detoxing, remove like if you detox of sugar, see the difference. Come off your breads. I don't eat bread, like sliced bread. I mean, I eat bagels, and that's as far as it goes. Knowing your body, listening to your body is so important, and understanding your body. Like through meditation, I've learned to understand my body better. You know.
Listen, that is key. Knowing and
Mm.
understanding your body because there are days when you think that you can just go out. Mel, I remember I did a show and I regret it. I did a whole show with a sinus infection and I had to try to smile through that thing and be pretty. Girl, when I tell you after I got off, I was like, this is it for this week. That whole week I was out with sinusitis. My throat was on fire. My nostrils was on fire and inflamed. And my doctor told me, and she said, okay, we're going to give you something. She gave me something like an antibiotic to clear it up. And I came back those next few weeks afterwards feeling a whole lot better. So, sinuses, this is the year, you guys. Make sure that you are drinking tea. There are so many ways to open up your sinuses out here. There's a neti pot. There's so many different things that you could do that can help you as well to open up because when you're stopped up all up here, it causes sinus pressure and you get headaches.
The
I know I
headaches,
used to get real, real bad headaches. And
the
my mom
headaches
said
up
you be in the
here
house all the time,
into
go
your head,
outside.
the headaches up into your head, the
Yes.
tension, and then your teeth and your jaw, like your
And that's the
ears,
worst feeling.
your because it's all connected. We don't realize how connected our body. If your teeth are hurting, you're gonna get an earache. If your ears hurting, you're gonna get a headache. If your head's hurting, your nose is all congested and it's affecting your throat. Everything's all connected. You know, we are connected. Our whole body is connected. So you see, like when I had the sinusitis in my wrist, my elbow was
Mhm.
hurting. Why is my elbow hurting? Because it
And
was
it causes your body to ache. Yes.
because then that could have led on to tennis elbow. I didn't want tennis elbow. That's for old people. I didn't want any osteoporosis, whatever that is. That's for old people. I'm not old. Come on now. I'm not now. My elbow was hurting, my wrist is hurting, my thumb's hurting because it's all connected. It's the same joint. It's all connected. You
That's
know.
sinusitis causes your whole body to ache.
Yeah.
And I remember one time this year, I just recently recovered because I told my brother K2 said you better take care of yourself, and my body was aching, but I pushed through. I managed to push through. And that's what people, when they have sinus infections, you don't want to do anything. You just want to stay in the bed. You do not want to move. You want to stay in one place. You don't want to hear anything. And it also causes your ears. It sometimes leaves like a ringing infection, a ringing in your ear as
It
well,
does,
too.
it does. Yeah, I had that. Yeah. I remember like last year, this time last year I was doing my meditation classes and I had this nasty, nasty cough. And I was like, I'm going to be coughing throughout this
Hurting. Yeah.
meditation session. And you know what? The funniest thing with this cough, it didn't hurt. No matter how nasty it was sounding, you know, sometimes if you have a prolonged cough, like your belly would ache, your sides would hurt. I had
Oh,
none
and
of that.
self-soothe,
Your
yes.
chest would burn. I had none of that. And I was coughing from January right up till May, June. Yeah. Because after the sinusitis, and when that went, I developed an anxiety cough. So my breathing was off. And I had to learn, or I had to teach myself to breathe again. It was horrible. It was so bad. It was wild. It was so, so wild. But I'm here today and I'm alive and I'm well and I'm blessed.
Yes. But God, I'm telling you,
It's only God
that's
that's got me here. Honestly, it's only God that's got us here together again. I'm so so grateful for you, Miss Stevie. Like for real, I've been following you for a long time. I've seen you throughout your journey. I've seen you at your worst when you've been crumbling, when people have let you down, and I said, no, 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 you need to get up again. You need to keep shining because you're onto something here. You are. And you're still doing it. Even though I don't watch you, I see you, you know. I see you. And I'm grateful that you're sticking around and you're doing your do. Because you're amazing soul.
you too, girl. And I'm glad she's been with me from the beginning. We met, me, K Tubes, and Mel met, and it was by God. It was by fate, by destiny. This pandemic hit in 2020, 2021, and we all just clicked
Mm-hmm.
instantly. And then fast forward, we got more people added to the circle and more people added to the circle. And all of us have been with each other. We don't see everything, but we support each other. And
Mm-hmm.
she'll comment, she'll chime in. This woman here has been here with me from day one since I first started this platform. I started back in 2014, but I met her in 2020. So, right in the midst of everything taking off, she's been with me and still with me here in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And so is my brother K Tubes. He texted me before our interview and he said, Mel's going to be on the show. I said, yes, she's coming on the show today. So, he couldn't wait to see you and he's here. So,
Oh, hey. Love you too.
yes, he is home watching. He says he is going to be home watching. He's off today and he's watching. He said he's going to be watching. So before we close out this amazing conversation, because so much that has happened since then, we caught up with Mel today. We touched on sinuses and allergies. We touched on meditation. We touched on a number of things in today's show today, Fashion Dogs. It's the spring season. So we're gonna take some questions. K2's brother, anybody, do you guys have any questions for myself or Mel? Because this was informative.
Mm-hmm.
And we know we're now in the spring months. So the weather's cool and moderate now as far as the heat goes. Summer is gonna be a little bit worse. Get ready for it. It's gonna get a
I'm ready for the
whole lot hotter.
summer. I've got my summer body ready.
Me too, girl. The two-piece, I'm ready to get in the two-piece. I'm so
I'm
excited.
ready for my 2-piece.
Yes. And this is the weather to be happy. This is the weather to rejoice. And this is the weather to be thankful for everything. While you
Amen.
guys are typing, I'm going to give you guys today's final thought, which comes from Titus Burgess. He says, my thought process has always been, I'm excited to show you what my version of the story would look like. You're going to be able to get a little consumed show that took you the pressure off of getting the job. So remember that, fashion dolls. You're going to be welcomed with so many opportunities, so many blessings in each year, each season. And for me, 2024 has been a year for each and every one of us. So keep going. As Mel mentioned, she's been there. She's seen my highs and my lows, as well as my brother K-Tukes. And Island Yankee, they've been there with me since 2020. And some of you have been with me since I first started 2020, 2014, right after high school. And you're still with me now in 2024. So awareness. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. We touched on affirmations as well too, which is something that Mel spoke on. So surround yourself with people who uplift you. And you can go and purchase your affirmation jar from my girl Mel. And Mel, K-Tukes asked the question for you.
What's your favorite thing to do during the summer? Oh, my favorite thing during the summer is going on long walks. I've learned that going to Chicago and then being by the sea. Being by the sea, we went to the beach in Chicago. OMG. That being in a city so close to like the lakefront, and it was like being by the beach, and it's like, this is so weird. It was amazing though. It was just a beautiful experience. I can't wait to go back. I am going back to Chicago in Christmas.
Yes. And I'm glad you
Christmas
said
there.
the beach, because it is something tranquil about sitting lakefront, oceanside. It's something so relaxing of just hearing those waves push against the sand and relaxing. It does something to you. There's nothing wrong with a long beach walk. I can attest to that. So might look forward to a little summer vacay. I don't know.
Enjoy your summer, whatever you do though.
Yes. And this is the time to have fun. A lot of people are starting to plan for cruises and things. Treat yourself, pour into yourself, which is what Mel and the other women on our Girl Talk panel were telling me. We were saying that we have to pour into ourselves, because as it's human nature, instinct, we are always giving to so many people. It's human nature. We're helping and developing and captivating so many people that we have to make sure that we are pouring into ourselves as well too. That is key and that is pivotal. So make sure that you guys are taking time and pouring into yourself and reflecting as well.
Reflection is so important. Reflection, journaling, seeing how far you've come. I mean, I've been on a journey. 5 years ago, like, my locks is telling me my story. Like, my locks is so long now, but my locks tells my story, because 5 years ago, on the 28th of Feb, when I broke up with Lily's dad, I didn't know what direction I was going into. I had to move back to my parents' home. With Lily, I had no money, and money was stolen from me.
I remember that happened. I was there because you messaged me. You reached out to me and you told me.
I had to
I was
deal with
mad.
the fraud.
I was mad.
I had to deal with all this fraud stuff. And now look at me. I'm blossomed. I'm not depressed. I'm not anxious. I'm baptized. I'm happy.
And
I'm
you're
not
glowing.
where I want to be, but I'm happy, you know? And my happiness comes from inside. But all of our happiness comes from within. And a lot of the time, people look for happiness outside. And it's not outside happiness we want, it's the inside happiness. Because it's only us individually that can make us happy. You know? So.
But God, and you're glowing. You're glowing, girl.
Everyone says that.
Yes, you're glowing.
You.
Because when that happened, I'm gonna go back before we close out. That period of your life, you reached out to me and she told me what happened, and I was very upset. I said, "You don't ever do that to a woman." And she said, "How am I gonna pick up the pieces? Sometimes you have to restart." I hate that happened, but you got to restart. There's evil people in the world. For you to go out here and steal from somebody that has a child, that has a daughter, your own daughter, how could you do that? And it made me very very upset. I wasn't mad at Mel, but I was mad at the person who did that to her.
Yeah, I
And
was
I was
being
just
mad at the
helping her put the pieces
situation.
back together. Right.
Yeah, being mad at the situation. Yeah, but I'm fine now.
Yes. And look at God. You're happy. You're here. And she is ready to come to the U.S. We got to get her down here to Chicago because that has been the plan. She kind of tested the waters down here in Chicago, thanks to our girl, Triple Essentials. And that is the door opening right there. It's a whole new, the United States, a lot of people want to come to the United States. It's a whole new world, a whole different
Mm-hmm.
time. And the food is a lot bigger down here. So you're going to be overwhelmed at how many restaurants and food establishments we've got down here. It's a whole lot.
There's
You're going to be like,
a lot of
wow, she wasn't
choices.
lying.
I was like, oh, there's food.
So many
Oh
restaurants.
gosh, don't. Me and Lily was like, where are we eating? I don't know. But we did have our favorites when we was in Chicago. We did have our favorites, and when we go back, I know there's plenty of more for us to sample. I just can't wait because now that I'm staying in a different neighborhood, because my friend recommended I stay somewhere else, and this year that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm staying. I think it's Jefferson Park area. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think so. But so we're further up north, away from the city. But yeah, I can't wait because I found a bakery. There's there's all this food, and I'm like, oh. Who is your favorite celebrities that you want to meet? Uh, Favorite celebrities that I would like to meet. Oh, that's hard. I've met one on. I've met a celebrity on my my mentors. My life coach, my mentor. His platform. He hosts a book club, and I met Common. I asked Common a question,
And he's from Chicago.
and he's from Chicago. I know. So technically, I've met Common ish. Virtually, I've met Common, and I've asked him a question. So I take that, but I don't know. I'm not sure. My favorite celebrity. That's a hard question because I'm a, I like music. I like music. I like films and movies, and yeah, so that's quite hard for me. I like everything America.
Yes. So much down here. The
The
opportunities are endless.
opportunities are wow. Yeah. And another thing in Chicago. Sorry, I keep going back to it, but they had so the day the kids went back to school, they had free a free travel pass thing. Like you can get on the buses for free without paying, as long as the kids was accompanied by an adult. We don't. I thought that was just. I thought that was amazing because we here. Yeah.
As Chicago, that is the place to be. If not Chicago, then New York, then Atlanta. All of these places worldwide are amazing, and there's so many food outlets out here. So much
Mm-hmm.
opportunity. It's like a whole new world you're stepping into and testing the waters. So I can't wait for you to explore more down here. You'll love it.
Can't wait either, and I'm sure me and Diddy will definitely love it. Definitely.
De- Definitely, definitely. Fashion dolls, do we have any more questions for my girl Mel? My brother K Toops, the K Toops spot. Make sure you guys go follow and check him out. Amazing talk show and platform. That is my brother. And we keep in touch on a daily every day. So make sure that you guys go and check him out. And he's also in our group. So we all, again, I met him the same time I met Mel. And it's
Oh
crazy. Throughout the,
wow.
yeah, 2020, I met both of you. And this was around the pandemic. So it's like fate brought
Yeah,
us all together. Definitely
yeah.
brought us all together. Tony, Holly, Kenny, all of us, we met around the same time and we just clicked and we are still here.
Yeah,
So It's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
love you all.
And we love you too, girl. So before we close out, Mel, what are some gems that you would like people to take away as far as protecting their mental space and energy?
Meditate, breathe, and definitely listen to your body. Listen to your inner body, not your outer body, your inner body. Your inner body's your key connector to your soul. So yeah. I hope that makes sense because I'm quite a deep thinker.
And that's
But
another
yeah,
thing, reflection.
and
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that
reflection.
reflection.
Mm-hmm. Reflection. And learn to breathe. Do your research. Use YouTube, Google as your encyclopedia. It's there. You, as I've always said, use your smartphone because it's smarter than you. Don't use it to get into the nonsense. Use it because it's smart. Be smart. Call the iPhone and the smartphone for a reason. Use your knowledge. Use it to gain knowledge. You know.
All right, fashion dolls.
Bye.
So, Mel, where can everyone check you out, girl, and follow you?
Okay. So Mel's Safe Space, all one word. Mel's Desserts. So that's Mel's _ desserts. I'm also on Facebook. Melissa Brown or Mel's Desserts again. My website and email. My website is melsdesserts.com. My email is info@melsdesserts.com. I am .com for a reason because I'm coming to the States. um, what else is there? Well, I'm on. I do use TikTok, but I don't use TikTok, if you know what I mean. I have it to create videos, but I have followers, but it's not as big as Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, so it's melsdesserts.com, Mels, and it's double L, double L, because that's very important. A lot of people just put one L, and I'm not one L, I'm two L's. So it's Mels _ desserts on one side, and Mel's Safe Space is actually Mel's Safe Space. So if you check it out, it's MELLSSA, Melissa Safe Space.
Oh, fashion dolls. There you go.
So
And
yeah,
Mel, it was a pleasure chatting with you
it's been
and connecting with
a
you again.
pleasure, my beauty.
Mwah, I love you too, girl. Now,
Love you too.
Friday, we have multifaceted monster. He's going to be joining me, so make sure you guys tune in Friday. And Mel, we got to do this again because this was therapeutic and we needed this for the springtime. Again, I say this about her. She is the breath of fresh air that we need in these dark times. So please go and check out Mel's Safe Space to find out more about the affirmation jars, the gratitude jars, and more. Definitely go and support her. And she's a Black woman, so we got to support Black woman-owned businesses. So y'all please go and support her. And we will see y'all Friday, fashion dolls. Y'all take care.
Bye.
Take care,